On the outside because it's a little closer to the overhang above the stands. But here is Team Netherlands in 9, anchored by Femke Bol.
The defending champs, the United States, got disqualified at the last World Championships, and the Netherlands were only...
Hello everyone, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Tyrell Reactions, and in this case I have a very interesting videos for you whereby I made two compilations videos, and the one it's about the 4x400 meter relays that was held in Tokyo 2025 season, just the recent Olympics, and the next one it's the 200 meter relays in the women's category. Please, if you're coming across my channel for the first time, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to my channel. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, and it's all because of you. So guys, watch this video up to the end, and please, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me the differences and the similarities you've seen between the two races, or rather between the athletes in the two races. Tell me which part do you think that they should improve in the next race. So watch this video up to the end, and I'll be back with a few comments.
And Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone.
The United States will start out of lane 5 as the favorites in this world title event.
Always competitive in the 4x4 is Poland.
And they run well in this stadium. They were silver medal position in Tokyo at the 2020 Olympic Games 4 years ago.
The Italians clicking their way to a spot in the final in 3.
Still looking for their first medal, Olympics or Worlds, in this event. They were 4th in their heat.
And on the inside in lane 2 is France.
They have made the last 2 World Championship finals, but they have a bronze as their only medal, and that's back from 2013. So Whitaker will lead off for the United States. Lena Irby-Jackson, then to Aaliyah Butler, and the biggest ace, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone.
Team USA actually has 2 American record holders in this race, because Bella Whitaker broke the American indoor record at the NCAA Indoor Championships this year for Arkansas. Femke Bol taking a big sigh and awaiting the baton as the anchor leg for the Netherlands. The women's 4x400 meter relay from Tokyo, Japan is underway. The United States is in 5. Netherlands will have to race without knowing where everybody else is for this first lap, as Evelyn Solberg has the baton for them.
And Oakley for Jamaica has run a good first half of the race, catching Eriksson of Norway. But Bella Whitaker hanging tough for the United States in lane 5.
Women are in a stagger, so they have to reach their teammate here, and then we'll get a gauge of who has the lead. Jamaica looks like they're right there with the United States. The U.S. is going to get it first, then Jamaica, then the Netherlands, then Belgium.
So Lena Irby-Jackson is going to be entrusted to sprint around this first 100, close the door on the inside, and let anybody who wants to pass her pass on the outside. She's done a good job of that. Jamaica has Stacey Ann Williams giving chase, and now here comes the Netherlands.
Whitaker had a first leg for the United States of 50.2. That is Klaver of the Netherlands trying to reel in the Jamaicans, but right now the U.S. has a nice advantage as they'll come to the halfway point, with Irby-Jackson making her way to the exchange zone to find Aaliyah Butler.
We figured this would be more of a race. The U.S. women are having none of it in this rain in Tokyo.
It is the U.S., Jamaica, the Netherlands, and Belgium. 48-7 for Irby-Jackson.
And that's why the United States has the lead it does right now. So Jamaica in second now with Andronette Knight. She's a 400-meter hurdler, but they're not really making that much of an impression on the U.S.'s Aaliyah Butler.
Half lap to run for Butler. Has the comfort of knowing that she's handing off to the American record holder and the second fastest of all time at 400 meters, but wants to give her as big a cushion as possible over the Jamaicans and Netherlands that has Femke Bol on the anchor as Butler to McLaughlin-Levrone.
Well, get the watches out, because the only thing left to decide is how fast is the new American record holder going to cover one lap of this track. This race is effectively over.
Butler running 49.9 on her third leg. Nakisha Price with the baton for Jamaica. And Femke Bol probably now thinking about silver, because they're not catching Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone as she'll come off the final turn. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone wins a world title individually and gives Team USA the win in 3:16.62.
Championship record. What Sydney split? Well, she only needed to go 47.8, but you just saw one of the fastest mile relays ever, despite the conditions. The United States women, this was probably...
Starting in lane 8, Dina Asher-Smith, former world champion, 2019 in Doha, when she was right at the top of her game. Still a world force in 200 and 100 meter running, British record holder. The Olympic champion, Gabby Thomas, serenely made her way through the rounds in Paris, had such a great season last year. Really looking forward to seeing a race here. The previously mentioned Nasser of Bahrain, last weekend in the Dominican Republic, she ran the quickest 400 in the world yet this year. Yes, it's early, but she's in good form. Then we've got Nakisha Price, the first Jamaican ever to run under 49 seconds. And again, a pretty decent 200 meter runner, but this is not her main event. Same for Alexis Holmes. Her top 9 times out of her top 10 were all set in 2024. So an improving athlete. 25-year-old, as I said, come over after the World Indoor Championships in China. Well, Paulino, who moved to the 400, I guess probably in around about 2020, and has dominated that event, certainly last year. Talitha Diggs in lane 2. And then Stacey Ann Williams of Jamaica. Fresh from a new indoor 400 personal best. Lane 1 maybe tough in this 200 then. Anson, what we're looking for here?
Well, Paulino needs to at least come out of here with at least 5 points, because obviously to win you get a little boost with the 12 points to win the deuce. Gabby and Dina are really going to be battling for that, and I think that they know that they're going to have a good chance at that 100K if they jump out in front with the points in this early race. Spoke to Dina like yesterday, and Dina actually said that she's really focused on that 4. Very confident about her too. So that 400 is going to be something special when she gets out there.
Dina Asher-Smith in lane 8. Gabby Thomas, Olympic champion, in 7. Safety away first time. Asher-Smith got out pretty good. Nasser just got left a little bit. You'd expect that by the 2 sprinters on the outside. But it's Gabby Thomas around the top end who's just got half a metre on Dina Asher-Smith. And Thomas normally starts to go away from this point. Nasser running well in 3rd at the moment. And then there's a battle with Paulino charging down the last 30-40. But it's going to be Gabby Thomas. Asher-Smith might just hang on here. It's Gabby Thomas, but Paulino with a real surge, taking 2nd place. And that will be really, really significant. We expected Gabby Thomas to come away with a win, 22.62 in these conditions. That's pretty swift, that's pretty good. But Paulino, that is significant. You get 12 points for winning, you get 8 points for 2nd. But when we cast this forward to the 400 tomorrow and the possible result there, let's say the possible result, that is significant for Paulino.
Nah, it's absolutely significant, because she's obviously going to do her thing in the 4. For her to come 2nd, I didn't expect that, man. Gabby getting 1st place obviously makes sense. She's an Olympic champion, but for Paulino to come out of there with those extra points, she's gonna end up having a good chance at that 100K.
Dina always runs a pretty good turn. Transition at the home straight here. Gabby Thomas just moved away, just got that gap, and it looked as though Dina was rallying again here.
You know what? Gabby ran a much better turn than I expected. She's tall. You don't expect the taller sprinters to have such a good turn, but she's efficient. And once she gets on the straightaway and lets those limbs go, I mean, she's really, really hard to beat. I expected it to be a lot tighter with her, Dina. And that wasn't the case, but Paulino coming in second in that race, I think, is the big story.
Well, and so much hype has been on Gabby Thomas since the Olympics, and then since she announced early on that she was going to be running this series of Grand Slams. So look at that huge smile. She must feel really good breaking the tape.
You know what?
Well, you know, the expected winner, but not expected second. Let's just check the result there. 22.62, as I mentioned, 22.93. It's the season's best because she hasn't raced yet for Paulino.
Right.
But the more significant thing for her is finishing second. Dina Asher-Smith took third spot. Lower down, Nasser as well. You know, fourth. Good points for her.
Once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tyrell Reactions, and I have to appreciate you all for sticking with me up to the point of this video. And now in this case, I want us to have a few commentaries or rather discussion regarding the two races that we've just watched. Now, one which was the 4x400 meter relays in the women's category, whereby it happened just recently in Tokyo 2025 seasons. And in this case, we've seen some of the great athletes, beautiful women from all over the world, some representing Italy, some representing Norway, some representing Belgium, Poland, and of course we have these two great countries that show us great rivalries, which is the great beautiful island, country from this beautiful island in the Caribbean, which is Jamaica, and of course we have Team United States. Now, when it comes to these 4x400 meter relays, we know it's somehow a very difficult race to most of us, and we actually have to appreciate these athletes for these much efforts, these endurances that they have put in much power to make sure that they give us some of the best showdowns of our lives. Now, in this case, let's all appreciate all of these beautiful women for taking part in this race, not to leave out anybody, just everybody who took part in this race. Congratulations, and just know that I send love and appreciation from this side. Now, I want us to talk about what we've just witnessed. And in this case, this has been a very great race whereby Team United States really did a very impressive job, because we know defeating Jamaica, it's not for everyone. Truth be told, defeating Jamaica, it's not for everyone. The reason as to why I'm saying that is because Jamaica has been termed as a country that gives us, or rather a country that is a sprinting factory, because it has been responsible for giving us some of the great athletes over the decades, whereby athletes who come and break and set records that no other athlete has been capable of breaking those records. And that's why it is majorly known to us as the sprinting factory. Now in this case, Sydney McLaughlin and her team really did well, impressive job holding the heads high, making sure that they clock this goal for their countries and for themselves. And of course, we know that something that most people don't like to mention is that these people also run for their personal best, personal improvement, so that they may compare their recent races to their current races and know which area to improve. Now, much congratulations to everybody who took part in this race, and it has just been impressive to watch these young beautiful women give us some of the best which shows. Now, I'd love to talk about these four athletes, and if I don't mention your favorite athlete, please don't feel offended, because as we all know, I cannot mention all of them, but I give them my flowers and my love from this side. So I'd love to start by Nikisha Price, just similar name to Shelly and Fraser Price, the Mommy Rocket from Jamaica, whereby Nikisha Price is a Jamaican nationalist who is a Jamaican athlete and majorly specializes in the 400 meter relays and the 200 meter relays. And in this case, we've seen her win silver in these 4x400 meter relays that was held in Tokyo, just the recent Olympics. And of course, some of her personal best includes she ran a time of 22.62 seconds in the category of 200 meter relays in the women's category, and also ran a time of 48.57 seconds in the 400 meter category in the women's category. and this was held in London. Now we also have Stacey Ann Williams, who is also a 400-meter relay specialist, who won bronze in Tokyo 2025 season in the 4x400-meter relays. And of course we have Adronet Knight. Now we have to appreciate Knight because she is a specialist in the 200-meter relays, the hurdles, and of course the 400-meter relays hurdles. And we know that's the most difficult races. And in this case, we've seen her win silver in Tokyo 2025 season in the 4x400-meter relays in women's category. And some of her personal bests include she ran a time of 53.26 in the 400-meter relays in the hurdles that was held in 2023. And now we have Dejani Oakley from Jamaica, and in this case she is also a 400-meter specialist and also 200-meter specialist. And some of her personal bests include she ran a time of 49.65 seconds in the 400 meters category, and this was held in Eugene, and went ahead and won silver in Tokyo 2025 seasons in the category of a 4x400-meter relay. So guys, this has been a great race, and seeing that distance between Sydney and the Jamaican, that was just a big gap, to be precise. And as we all know, beating Jamaicans, it's not for everyone. So much love and congratulations to Team Jamaica for giving us some of the best shows, and of course making sure that they win this race for their country. We know it takes a lot to present your country at this highest point in your careers, and these people go through a lot. So let's appreciate them and show them some love. So everybody who took part in this race, much love and congratulations for everything, for your efforts, for your endurances, to make sure that you represent your countries and yourself at this highest level. So guys, I've been your host, Tyrell Reactions. Please don't forget to give me your subscribe if you are new to my channel, and don't forget to give these videos a thumbs up. So until we meet again in my next video, peace out and one love.